Hello, my name is Lumiel, and this is the Bloodborne Lorethrough, where we play through Bloodborne and discuss the lore as it's presented to us. We take a look at any notes that we find, item descriptions, environmental storytelling, and cutscenes, and try to piece them together without jumping ahead or turning to online sources. So, we, in the previous episodes, have played through all of the Cathedral Ward and faced Vicar Amelia there and reviewed the many directions we can go at this point. So we were able to go on to an area that we know will lead to the Bergenworth College. We want to discover more about the Bergenworth College and try to learn more about Pale Blood and anything we can to try to stop the hunt. We saw a path leading to the west from the Grand Cathedral, or to the left if you're facing the cathedral. We also know that we picked up the eye of a blood-drunk hunter, and we talked about how it referenced that there was a... Well, let's just go ahead and take a look. So, the eye of the blood-drunk hunter, the part that I was trying to allude to, mentioned... Well, I thought it was mentioned. It does not. But we know that basically this is a utility to access the DLC, and we've interacted with unseen forces around Erden Chapel. And so we are going to return there and see where that takes us. And like I said, we know it takes us to the DLC, which is a considerably tougher area. So I will not necessarily play all of the DLC at once, but as it's something that the game allows you to access now, I thought, let's try accessing it now and just see how we do. So what you'll want to do is take the side exit that would take you to Old Yarnum that way. Or if you remember, we picked up an item in this corner, and that's where we were grabbed. It was on this body. So, let's see if that changes now. There is whatever is grabbing us.
Cursed fiends, their children too. And their children forever true.
And that's what grabbed us. An Amygdala. Curse their fiends, their children too. Curse the fiends, forever true, something like that. Sorry, I was distracted looking at the creature. And we've awoken in the hunter's nightmare. A hunter who goes drunk with blood is said to be taken by the nightmare, destined to wander forever, engaged in an endless hunt. It is a fate that no hunter can escape. So, a hunter who gets lost in his bloodlust will be in a hunt forever, just trapped doing what they went mad doing. And you'll notice this actually kind of looks like Erden Chapel. Right there would be Ariana. Right, there would be the man who didn't trust us, and this would be the exit that led to the Grand Cathedral. And this would have led back to Erden Tomb and Central Yarnum. And here's where the attendant sat. But this is just kind of a nightmare version of it. Alright, so we have the door here. No door here anymore that led to Old Yarnum. And of course it doesn't open from this side. So we only have one exit here. And we'll notice right away it looks very different. Twisted and at odd angles. We can see some beasts up there. That's all at the moment. And an item here. Frenzied Cold Blood. And we'll get this item, which causes us to pause, and if we look around, it appears to be a hunter up there, which we know these are hunters who went mad and were trapped here. So we have some more Twin Bloodstone shards. We have a path that leads up this way, but it's blocked by a gate. And so we would have to turn back and come up this path. Watching out for those beasts that we saw. Just checking all the corners. The hunter is just now started moving, as have the beasts. So he's got a weapon similar to the thread cane, except we can tell it's a much thicker blade than the cane. And now he's coming for us. Like I said, this area is much tougher than what we've seen so far, so he's gonna blast us. And alright. And I just barely got there in time. Alright, so it's becoming much more imperative that I am able to perform visceral attacks. Hear footsteps. There, another hunter. Let's grab this first. Some more blood gemstones. Okay. And remember, I've leveled up between episodes, so I'm much higher leveled than you probably would be if you came here at this point in the game. And by at this point in the game, I mean right after the Cathedral Ward. So, I just picked up a new piece of clothing. The old hunter cap. Has a wide brim that hides their sharp gaze. In the old days when hunters were 10 a penny, this was part of their standard garb. So, let's see how it looks. Pretty cool. Alright, so I will go ahead and show that interacting with this does no good. Doesn't even give me a prompt here. There's no levers. No opening here. We can see crows on the other side. Alright. So that's because I dropped off to take on the hunter from the side path that we were on. So let's continue up. So we see beasts and hunters hunting beasts. And like we read, the hunter's nightmare is where they are forever locked in the hunt. It's where we drop down. So this is a place almost made for them, so that they can keep doing that forever. Alright, so there's a path off to the right, and it looks like this is a nightmare version of that central courtyard in the Cathedral Ward. And we can see beasts on the move there. So, like I said, path here leads up to an item. Frenzied Cold Blood. The beasts have stopped. Don't know if this is a... Yep, dead beasts. So a hunter has been by here. I'm not ready to go down there yet, but I was going to say this is probably leading up to a hunter. And those are probably the hunter's hounds. So keep an eye out for them. There. See his glowing eyes? Alright.
More blood
And he's fast. He's got another new weapon that we haven't seen yet. I'm just shooting in a panic, it appears. Alright, so I'm not getting my viscerals. Let's try to... Good, he ran into it. But he's also not really stunned by our attacks. And he's too fast for me to visceral or get the shot off on. Fool's Damp Blood Gem. So I will take a look at this. It's another socket gem, but it's the first that we've seen during our playthrough of this kind. And I've picked up some between the meetings, but you see, these are called... Sorry, there's sound in the background. I was making sure I wasn't getting attacked. These are called cursed gems, so it adds strong fire attack, physical attack, but it lowers weapon durability. Likewise, the Fool's one, okay, I was wrong. This isn't cursed. Obviously, it would say cursed, but adds physical up at full HP and reduces stamina cost. Now, where's that sound coming from? There's a drop off here that would open that gate that we came through. There's a hunter over there. This is essentially the entrance to the Grand Cathedral in the regular world, so we're not ready to go there. Oh, and there's a hunter. Got him. Okay. And we'll pick up this item. Blood vials are always welcome. And there's another hunter. And hounds, so. He's trying to attack those beasts up there. But he's stuck down there. I could drop off to get the hounds. Let's go ahead and do that. Is there just the one? Did that get his attention? Got him. Okay, so we have the beast behind us and Quicksilver bullets. And a trap of some sort. We must have stepped on a panel that set it off. That leads into the courtyard that we had avoided up to this point. Let's go up to where the beasts are. See if anyone else comes out of the woodwork, because they don't seem too aggressive. Okay. I don't like having them behind me either, so we'll go ahead and take care of them. Oh wow. So there's a hunter. It's getting closer to actually attacking them. There we go. Maybe while he's distracted, I'll go ahead. Whoops. was gonna say, that's gotta stun him. He's stronger. Don't get hit by that blast. Luckily, he's still also distracted by them. Man, he's strong. Alright, blood vial. And vermin. So let's check that out. That is also a first time item here. Vermin, root of man's impurity, writhes within filth. A centipede-like creature discovered on successful hunts by league hunters. We haven't heard that term yet, nor have we heard vermin. Vermin found hidden within filth are only seen by league confederates and are the root of man's impurity. The league has assumed the task of finding and crushing all vermin. Perhaps there is some mercy in the madness. Those who wish to see vermin can, and those who choose to are provided with boundless purpose. So this league confederates take on the task of finding and hunting this vermin where they find it. And as it says here, once they choose to search for it, they see it everywhere. But I just saw it, so what does that say? I want that item. Alright, so before we go into the courtyard, we'll grab this. And like I said, the courtyard's over there. Beast Cutter. This is the weapon that looked like the threaded cane, but is much thicker. A trick weapon wielded by old hunters. This thick iron cleaver slices through the toughest of beast hides, and when transformed, the blade splits into sections, allowing one to lash it in the fashion of a heavy whip. This crude weapon relies on brute force and is regrettably inelegant, suggesting that the hunts of the earliest hunters made for horrific affairs, painted in sanguine blacks and reds. So, painted in blood, more or less. There's a hunter. Facing the corner, I would try to sneak up on him, but I bet once we get down here, he'll start moving. See? But we got lucky. We hit him with a charged attack in the back. Okay, I'm gonna put away because I don't want them constantly jumping away. I'd rather just deal with them. So they're timid creatures, even without the flame. Kind of showing again that they're here just for the hunters to hunt. Alright, now let's start picking up items. We have a gate over here. It does not open. It doesn't even have any means of interacting. We have a blood vial. Madman's knowledge, which we found a lot of even in the real world courtyard. Okay, I was going to say I saw movement. I couldn't tell what it was yet, though. I was making sure there wasn't a hunter sneaking up behind me because their footsteps distracted me. Picking up lots of gems, which can be quite good, so. I think that's it for the courtyard. It's just an open area where we find another hunter hunting if I had let him. If I hadn't seen him first. And then this leads us to two options for our path. We have the path that goes up to the Grand Cathedral, or this world's version of it. We have the drop off here. Not here, but let's just see what's down here. He had yellow eyes. Do they all? Yes. Okay. The drop-off I was referring to took us down to the crows, which we can see these steps took us down there anyways. I was nervous about, the back corner when I was just taking on the crows. So we'll go ahead and open this. If we hadn't dealt with the hunter, there would have been one waiting for us. Now, in other areas of the game, so we will drop down to get that item. In other parts of the game that are not the hunter's nightmare, hunters are unique characters that will not respawn. Here, because it's their nightmare and they're just living in this world and doing it to eternity, even though we've killed them, if we die and reload the game, they will be back. So we have old trouser hunters, or old hunter trousers. Should be by the hat. Old hunter trousers that protected countless hunters from the beasts in an older age. A widespread belief of the period was that the beast blood crept up the right leg, and this led to double wrapped belt, which you can see on the right leg there. So they thought that the beast blood, or the ashen blood, or the scourge, however you want to define it, would start apparently in the right foot and work its way up, and these pants that they would wear, they would tighten belts around their leg to stop them from becoming the beasts that they hunt. The panicked shooting has caused me to be running low on quicksilver bullets. So we've been pretty much everywhere over here. I think that's just an item of something that we fought. No, I think I missed this. Some twin bloodstone shards. So this is leaving us just with the path to the Grand Cathedral, but pay attention before you head down any path. You can see that's just like in Central Yharnam when crossing the bridge, and we have an ambush to the left and the right. And so we're going to run up here, they're going to try to attack us, and while we're fighting them, that is going to crush us. So we will want to run up these steps and either to the right or the left. Left looks pretty clear behind them, and we don't know what's to the right. So let's heal up, just because that last little bit could be what saves us. Last minute change to the right. So that took care of all of them. We've got nobody coming down the steps. But who is up there that lit it? Maybe a hunter? Somebody holding a torch. And let's check our paths. So that's where we came from just recently. There's nowhere here to the right. Looks like there's a little leg back here on the left. Old hunter garb. So we found the hat, the trousers, and now the garb. And we found them separately. Maybe that means that we will see more lore per item. Old hunter's garb. One day the hunters disappeared, and Yharnamites began to whisper of the hunter's sin, plural hunter's sin. Drunk with blood, chasing after beasts, they would pass on to the nightmare, every last one of them. So they would get addicted to the hunt and just keep doing it, and they would be swept away to this place. So, alright, so the bell rings for the Grand Cathedral. Probably a boss fight in there. Who knows what's to the left, and a giant beast up there. So let's collect this item, Molotov cocktail. And I don't feel like facing that beast yet, so let's just move on and hope he doesn't follow us. We can hear a strange sound either coming from him or out of the cathedral. So let's continue on down here. Alright, we've got an opening, so again, it means start being careful. Don't just rush down the lane. I can see a person there. A gun, like the trap that I walked into. Another person there. They don't exactly look like hunters, and that's probably what lit the flaming ball and was killed by the giant beast. Okay, so he's firing the gun. And we've got these barriers to block it and a rhythm. So after it hits, let's just move up some. Okay, multiple guns. So one's firing that way. Off to the right seems fairly clear after this hits. I see 3 guns though. Just stay off to this side and watch out. Yeah, I was gonna say watch out to the right. I could probably throw something and destroy that, but there's the thing that will cause us to get hit. We can't. Oh, we can kind of go under there, but not make it the whole way. This looks like a creature that was turned to stone. Oh, it's got the head of an Amygdala, so it's a either petrified or a dead or a statue to an Amygdala. Okay, that tells me how tough he is. Not very. This guy's just hanging back. Apparently that's busted already. Oh, he's meant to lure us into that trap. Okay, so just because I don't want to hit it on any runbacks, there. Now we've taken care of all the, even though that one hasn't fallen, it's destroyed. And we've got a path down, and we can see a couple more, just beastmen, not hunters yet anyways, but watch out, there should be hunters everywhere. Yeah, I think that's a hunter. Oh, and because he's a beast man, he's just... And timed Molotov cocktails. And that's the guy I really struggled with. Because I always shoot too early. Or too late, apparently. Nice. Alright. Don't get trapped with the architecture, and I'm glad I thought you'd be dead with that hit. I'm getting sloppy there, but at least it refilled that. Although I only have 1 bullet left, so it's It's not doing me much good anyways, so that's no major loss. And they've all got those, so keep moving and watch out for the explosions. They're Molotovs on a timer, essentially. Okay, path down there. And a path into the house there, which is kind of like the house in Central Yarnum. And there's a guy with the timed Molotovs. Blood vial. Twin bloodstone shards. I thought maybe he would drop the actual Molotovs. Okay. So it's got to be an ambush of some sort. So this is like the second floor of that house. Delayed Molotov is what we just saw them using. Thank you for running into my charged attack. So we have a drop that we can do there, but let's find out, since we can't turn back from that drop as far as we can tell anyways. Watch out behind you. And if you remember, here's where there was in the Central Yarnum, and he had a machine gun. I'm sure this is different. They timed Molotov. And we pick up a boom hammer. So a boom hammer is what some of these old hunters have been using. They're the ones giving me the most trouble. A trick weapon used by the old hunters and crafted by the workshop heretics, the powder kegs. That makes sense. A giant hammer equipped with a miniature furnace. When ignited and fired, it emits a volley of flame that explodes furiously upon impact. Crush the beasts, then burn them. The brute simplicity of the boom hammer was favored by hunters with an acute distaste for beasts. So the heretics like their booms, and they like gloriously destroying beasts. And so the boom hammer was a weapon they appreciated using for that purpose. Okay, so coming out of the house, we only have this one path leading up. Beast blood pellet. That might be telling us what we might face up this way. And it looks like someone that is transformed in some way. Wasted my only bullet, so... Okay, he's going to keep rolling, so let's do the same. And charge attack. Wow, that was a move with a lot of reach, is the word I'm trying to say, but I'm so focused. That one has a lot of reach. Alright, so just keep taking the space and healing when you can. You can see kind of a steam coming off him. That is where this beast effect is on. And that allows him, as long as he keeps successfully attacking, he'll be able to continue using the beast form. But hopefully, I don't get too sloppy, and I can get him with some of these and take care of him. There. So once he died, he left beast form, showing it was just a man. And I pick up a firing hammer badge. So the firing hammer badge is another key item for the Bath Messengers. Badge crafted by the Oto Workshop. Never heard that phrase before. precursor to the workshop of the heretical powder keg. So the Odo workshop was a precursor to the powder kegs. The powder kegs were driven by singular ideas and crafted strange weapons of great intricacy. It is clear that the philosophy of the powder kegs was already established at this time. And I didn't see anything, but let's just double check. This would have been the area where we had the central Yarnum lamp and Gilbert's house right there. Alright, so I think this just leads back into the house then. No side areas to go down. The house should be cleared out, so we can go down there into the blood, or we can go back up, and there was a drop, and I kind of feel like maybe there was something out here that I didn't yet get the chance to focus on. Okay, so we can see these grotesque liquor creatures down here. And I'm out of bullets, and I'm not low on blood vials, but I'm not full on blood vials either. So let's go ahead and drop down. We won't yet be in the blood, down where those liquors are. Old Hunter top hat. So we found another hat for the old hunters. Old Hunter top hat, warped by blood stains. In the old days when hunters were 10 a penny, this was part of their standard garb. So there used to be many, many hunters, and this was part of what they wore. So I'm guessing these creatures are going to be difficult to deal with. So I'm trying to chart my path right now. I see an item over there, and I see 4 of them bunched up. But I also see stairs over here. And a hunter there. Somebody with a torch. I don't know if it's a hunter, and somebody there. So maybe I'll be able to take on just one of these and see how tough they are. But if not, I'm running for those stairs. There's the patrolling one, which is the most likely to spot me. So, some sort of attack that has a build-up on it. Let's keep rolling, let's keep running, don't get trapped in a corner. That's the path out of the house. There's the bunch of them. I can't resist items, so... And then I'm getting hit by the hunters up here. I don't have any bullets, so I might as well have the torch out. Will he do anything other than shoot? He will, but only after. So if they're just going to be cheap and just be trying to shoot me and not run back here so they can be fought, I may just run by and see if they follow me then. So there is a structure here. Let's go in. And they didn't follow me, so they must just be guarding that bridge. And here is a non-aggressive person.
You're a hunter with your sanity, aren't you? Must have taken a wrong turn, then, eh? Well, we're more alike than you think. This is the hunter's nightmare. where hunters end up when drunk with blood. You've seen them before. Aimless, wandering hunters slavering like beasts. This is what the poor fools have to look forward to. So, don't be brash. Turn back before it's too late. Unless you've something of an interest in nightmares.
So, what do we tell him? If I said, I've no interest, I would worry that, one, it comes across as a lie since we were led here by a fascination. But this could tell him that there's something wrong with us. So, let's just go ahead and tell him.
Oh yes, I see. You sense a secret within the nightmare and cannot bear to leave it be. As if the spirit of Bergenworth lives on within you. Such inquisitive hunters will relish the nightmare. But beware. Secrets are secrets for a reason, and some do not wish to see them uncovered. Especially when the secrets are particularly unseemly.
So he's telling us that our fascination that has led us here and drives us forward is in the spirit of Bergenworth. But he's saying that there is a secret buried within the nightmare that we need be careful, because secrets are a secret for a reason. And we may find out something more than what we're hoping to find.
Secrets are secrets for a reason. And some do not wish to be discovered, especially when the secrets are.
Alright, so he's just repeating that. And these doors lead back to the first bonfire we were at. So, right there. I said bonfire. I'm sorry, that's a Dark Souls reference. The lamp that we came to the Hunter's Nightmare in. And so we had the bridge with the two hunters guarding it, and I had just run straight across. I didn't see much value in fighting them, considering they were just standing there taking cheap shots. We have a path that leads up and one that leads down. We have constable gloves, which look similar to the surgical gloves. I can see a old hunter bell over there, and a river of blood down below. The constable gloves. Nope, see, I said they looked like the surgical gloves. Once upon a time, a troop of foreign constables chased a beast all the way to Yharnam, and this is what they wore. The constable became victims of the beast, except for one survivor, who in turn devoured the creature whole, all by himself. A troop of foreign constables chased a beast all the way to Yharnam, and this is what they wore. The constables became victims of the beast, except for one survivor, who in turn devoured the creature whole. This fable is a favorite among Yharnamites, who are partial to any stories of pompous, intolerant foreigners who suffer for their ignorance. It makes the blood taste that much sweeter. Is there any truth to that story, though? So, what is down these steps? We see, a guy with the explosives. Alright. We see the blood liquors here. A cave opening back there. They're facing the other way, so maybe they'll leave us alone if we're quiet. so he came out of the cave. They're looking around an item, which I've already said I can't resist. Constable trousers. And I'm stun locked from their blood spray. And the... oh, it's a poison effect. Okay. Alright. So there's a gateway blocking our path. And dogs. The dogs are much tougher here. There's the second one, and this has told us in the past that there is a hunter. Can I run up this? Doesn't seem like it. Come on. Alright, so if I can't run up that, then the only route forward is right here. I'm watching for a hunter. There's a door that surely doesn't open. Watch your back. And watch your forward as well. Crows are over there. Door doesn't open. Crows that way. Crows above. And is that someone holding a torch? There's another dog. Doesn't appear to be a hunter though. He does. Try better next time. Alright, so I'll take out this crow. Which I think the crow made that terrible sound. Then I'll lure the dog out and then just go get the torch hunter. Not hunter, just beast. Or whatever you call the beast scourge infected. They have a cloth or a skin flap over their head that reminds me of the blood-starved beast. So we've got crows, we've got a door we can't enter. There's one crow there, a crow below. And the corpses are actually moving. Crows everywhere. Alright. No pebbles can be picked up. And there's a lot to this area, so the episode may end soon. But I'm trying to just make sure any paths are open. There's an item that we can't get to at the moment. More or less, we have opened a shortcut, but I am trying to see if there is a second lamp nearby. So that's an area we could probably drop to. And that is a sky that looks like the eye of the beast at the very opening cinematic of the game. Okay, so that way leads forward. This is just the route we took to get here. Another blood pit, but I don't see any lickers, but I do see movement in the distance. A giant guy, which hopefully we can run past. It's It's not much of a drop, so I'll just head down. We've got 18 blood vials, so... Okay, so he's not just a guy with a hammer. Keep stuff between us and him. Let's wait till he shoots. And there's someone to the side of him. And there's a path up here leading into another building. Let's just make sure nothing's following us. And I see the steps heading down, but let's... Oh good, a lamp. So, we have our lamp. And we will continue from here. We've got the path leading down. The path back that way that I just ran past everyone. Because I felt it was time to find safety. We have... So the path leading back to where I just came, where we'll need to double back and check some stuff. Maybe take on those giant guys. We have a path leading up there. And like I said, down the steps through there. But for now, we'll end it here as we finish part 1 of the Hunter's Nightmare. And thank you for tuning in.